what's with all these names Callaway are coming up with? First Rogue and now Maverick. They almost suggest something or someone that doesn't conform to the rules, that does things their own way, that goes on a different tangent to everyone else. So is Maverick different to every other driver out there? Let's take a golf better look under the hood here at the 2020 PGA Show. Now, before we look at the Maverick, you kind of have to consider where we're coming from with Callaway, and that's the Epic Flash driver, which was kind of like the best kid in the class of 2019, who sat at the top of the room, who had the answer to every question. And how do you beat that? Well, with a bigger, better supercomputer actually, who's just that little bit quicker and faster with the answers. Now, you'll read everywhere about Callaway again applying artificial intelligence to re-engineer and improve the face in the Callaway Maverick. And that is the new flash face SS20 structure of the titanium Maverick face to make it produce faster ball speeds with more forgiveness and a better impact sound. Now that titanium face, it's called FS2S. It's a high strength, fatigue resistant titanium alloy that is extremely castable to exact tolerances for each model. And going with that face 6 grams lighter than before is the real key here. It's thin, precise, and highly unlikely to ever tire, crack, buckle or break or change properties no matter how many times or how hard you smash the golf ball, and that's the real difference in these drivers. Not only that, but Flash Face SS20 are produced with different variable thickness patterns in each of the 3 models in the family in order to ensure better consistency and better dispersion on off-center strikes. Now, jailbreak technology, which is essentially 2 bars running top to bottom behind the face to brace it and almost pinball machine the ball back, of course, is retained in the Maverick, as is the T2C triaxial carbon crown in a lighter crown devoid of any sliding weight tracks, which means it gets more forgiving as weight is there to redeploy to improve twist resistance, or what they call moment of inertia. Now, there are 3 distinct Maverick models to cover pretty much every golfer, so let's break each one down in turn. First up is the Maverick, or the standard version if you will. This version will suit the majority of the golfing market with all that head technology we discussed already and the position of the rear weight plug optimized by the engineers. It'll impart just enough spin on the ball to make it forgiving, and its new face structure will make it not just long but incredibly consistent and repeatable. You do have loft and lie adjustability to dial it into your exact needs. The 460cc head of the Maverick is big, it's user friendly, and the shape is different to Epic Flash. It's very aero, the crown is flatter and the sole is stretched. Callaway call it cyclone shaping. And the curvature and livery, it kind of reminds me of the head of a blue whale when you view it side on. All again optimized by the computer to get that club head through the air to the ball a little bit faster, and 1 mile per hour faster than the Epic Flash, or 3 to 4 yards, say Callaway, which is of course massively subjective depending on who is hitting it, but it's nonetheless very impressive. Now, cosmetically, it has, let's call it, a browny orange colour that kind of divides opinion, but really it's of no consequence here. When you look down at the Maverick at address, you're looking through this reflective clear coat of that carbon weave, and it just screams quality. And there's a reassuring hint of draw bias at address, which is a small but I think a very clever touch. Now, the Maverick SubZero is aimed at the better striker, the low guys and girls, the tourer players. Now, while the chassis of the SubZero is still built for high moment of inertia or stability, this one is the lowest spinning member of the family. The head is 450 cc's and it lies flatter at address. And if you can consistently strike the ball on the meat of the face of the Maverick SubZero, the result will be a lower and more workable, penetrating ball flight, which should edge the standard version in terms of distance. Now, the SubZero is also the most adjustable version of the Maverick. The 14 and 2 gram sole weights, well, they're interchangeable. Pop the big weight in the front to knock down spin and produce a flatter trajectory, or move it to the back to bring up the spin rate and increase the ball flight. And the final member of the family is the Maverick Max, which does pretty much as it says on the tin and brings all the forgiveness and distance attributes up to a maximum. The larger footprint of the Carbon Max makes it look really forgiving at address, and the big anti-slice draw bias, even in the neutral setting, is very reassuring. The Max will be the easiest to launch, it'll be the most stable, it'll assist the strike for players who need that little bit help with consistency or struggle with the slice off the tee. As with the two other models, the Maverick Max also has loft and lie adjustability with a dual cog adjustable adapter for fine tuning. The Maverick Max also has two interchangeable 14 and 2 gram weights, but the 14 gram in the back to increase the stability or put it in the heel to maximize the draw bias of the driver. The Maverick and Maverick Max come in 9, 10 and 12 degree lofts, while the Maverick SubZero comes in 9 and 10.5 degree options. There's loads of stock shafts, including the Project X, even flow riptide shaft, the Aldila Rogue White 130 MSI, and for ladies there are UST helium options. So there they are, the new Maverick driver family from Callaway, the new face at the top of the class with all the answers, but just that little bit faster than before. You have Maverick, which is long, forgiving and consistent, Maverick SubZero if you need adjustability, lower spin, an extra tour distance, and the Maverick Max for an easy, high forgiving draw. We will have them all on golfbidder.com, so be a Maverick, consider one which suits your individual needs best. You're in for an absolute treat. Now, if you enjoy these under the hood reviews, please subscribe to the Golf Bidder YouTube channel, hit that bell there for the notifications, and find us on Golf Bidder across all the social platforms. But for me, for now, at the PGA Show 2020, it's Donal, out.